Up next, we begin our first panel of the day, focusing on how Oman's national cybersecurity initiatives are aligning with Vision 2040 to secure critical sectors and drive digital transformation. The panel topic is From Vision to Execution, Building Oman's Cyber Resilient Ecosystem. Please join me in welcoming our distinguished panelists, Ahmed Lawati, Information Security Specialist, Oman Credit and Financial Information Center, Mala'a. Mazoon AlRubaiei, Information Security Specialist, Muscat, Municipality. Hilal Al Busaidi, Data Center Expert, a part-time lecturer at Sultan Qaboos University. Yahya Alazri, Expert, Oman National CERT, Ministry of Transport, Communications and Information Technology. Farrukh Muhammad, Senior IT Consultant. And this session will be moderated by Ms. Shaikha Al-Mashaykhi, Information Security Specialist, Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry, OCCI. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our panelists and moderator with a round of applause.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be back here today again at CERT Oman. And I would like with that to first start with thanking the CERT team for inviting me back here again as a moderator, though, this time. So to start with our panel, I would like to re-highlight that building a cyber-resilient ecosystem requires more than just technology. It demands governance, collaboration, and a strong awareness culture. In recent years, Oman has made a remarkable progress in strengthening its cybersecurity framework and strategy. And in our first panel discussion titled From Vision to Execution, Building Oman's Cyber-Resilient Ecosystem, we will discuss how Oman is translating its cybersecurity vision into practical execution, from policies and frameworks to capacity building, and from infrastructure protection to societal awareness, showcasing Oman's ongoing efforts to build a strong cybersecurity framework in line with Vision 2040, and how national programs and laws are helping make our digital infrastructure safer across key sectors. Here, we are joined by our distinguished group of experts from different sectors in public and private. They will bring their valuable perspectives and share their real-world experience. They will share insights on how we can move from strategic ambition to tangible and lasting impact. So our first round will focus on that critical transition from strategy to execution, and how national frameworks, regulations, and technologies are being applied to strengthen Oman's cyber resilience in practice. Without further ado, let's delve into our discussion. And I will start with the big picture. Strategies are only as strong as their execution. So my first question will be to Ms. Mazoon. In your view, what are the biggest challenges that countries face when moving from high-level cybersecurity strategies to practical on-the-ground execution?
Classic global. First of all, we all know that there is a big challenge to move from high-level cybersecurity strategy to actionable strategy due to many reasons that contribute to this job. First of all, workforce capability remains a major constraint. The shortage of skilled cybersecurity professionals can slow even there is a technology and framework in the right place. Next, cybersecurity readiness level vary greatly across sectors and leading to uneven capability and response effectiveness. While cybersecurity is not only a technical function, it's also require a behavior change and strong awareness, as well as a culture that supports secure practices. Furthermore, an integrity with the legacy system with modern technologies remain a key obstacles to building a solid and resilient cybersecurity ecosystem. Finally, securing stable fundings, managing national priorities, and keeping up with fast emergence of threats make cybersecurity effort more complex and resource intensive.
Okay, would you like to add anything?
Yeah, the perspective is really clear from Ms. Mazoon. And the thing is this cybersecurity is not like a small job. It's a complete journey. And you have to revisit again and again to improve your cybersecurity and threats and like handling all your issues. It's not about like handling the threats. It's about owning up something which belongs to you. So it's all a complete journey, and it has a cycle as well. You don't stop at one place. You need to come back and you need to start again and revisit all things what you have done, and you have to see where you have to improve up and where you have to keep going in the same way. So this is like a really good perspective that she has given to the audience and the rest of the people over here. I really appreciate that.
Thank you, Ms. Mazoon and Mr. Mohammed. I agree that cybersecurity is not just kind of one marathon that we just have a start and the end, and it's something ongoing. We have to go back a step back and then see what we can improve on and so on. And then after we see these broad challenges from a bigger picture, let's focus on one of the critical and sensitive sectors, which is the financial sector. So I'll move to Mr. Ahmed Lawati. How are evolving national cybersecurity regulations and frameworks impacting compliance strategies within the financial ecosystem? And what challenges do institutions face in implementations?
You know, cybersecurity used to be viewed as an IT problem. Now it is a national responsibility, and Oman is a great example of how that mindset has evolved. Over the past few years, Oman introduced national cybersecurity and Oman Cyber Defense Center, as well personal data protection law. All that to set the expectations for the institutions on how to protect their critical systems and personal informations. Moving to the financial sector, particularly Central Bank of Oman introduced a couple as well frameworks, cyber security resilience framework, as well business continuity framework. All of these to align the financial sector to the latest global best practices, as well resilience in cybersecurity and cyber governance. So the real shift here is philosophical, moving from compliance mindsets to risk-based analogy. There is a gap between the understanding and the implementation. So when we speak about the gaps, especially, the sector tried to highlight and focus on critical areas on how to solve. So when we speak about the challenges here, we speak about resources, the lack of skill sets. We speak about the legacy systems dependencies that are majority of the institutions and organizations are still using, as well the constant evolving threats around the world. So with that dilemma, there was a focus here in Oman on how to implement these changes and to come up with the best solutions. So they were driving it at the best, and this is from my point of view.
Before we go on, is anyone going to add anything? Okay. So like you mentioned, now we have like this kind of a broader vision. We have the CDC and the National Center and so on, saying that it's not just an IT problem. Cybersecurity is something different. It stands, I wouldn't say it stands alone, but it's something that we need to put more emphasis and focus on. And you mentioned as well like how we have to see this mindset to risk assessment and management in terms of critical infrastructure. And especially now as we move to the cloud more, I would go to Mr. Hilal with your expertise. How can Oman data centers strengthen the resilience against cyber attacks, especially as government services and critical infrastructures increasingly rely on centralized and cloud-based systems? with in terms of critical infrastructure as well.
Thank you, Shaikha. I appreciate this good opportunity for me to speak with you. Many thanks for SAIS Global. According to your question, first of all, there is no single solution. As we know in the cyber, sometimes we can prevent the cyber crimes or cyber attack, but sometimes we have to mitigate it as well. So first of all, if we are going to speak, we have to speak also about the awareness and maturity level for our people who speak, especially in data center as well. Plus with that, we have to also have some kind of data catalog, especially to isolate, especially the sensitive data. And we know that the data asset is the most critical things that we have it right now in our organizations. Third things, as we can see, ransomware, for example, in the last 3 years now, as most attacks is coming from that. One of the difficulty that we're suffering right now, how to understand that we need a long time to find if these people these hackers has been compromised our system, because we need a long time, so we have to be aware with the good recovery plans. Plus with that, we are now speaking about clouds, okay? Should we go for inbound solution or outbound solution? All these regulation has been defined already from MTCITs, and the framework and the regulation that has been defined from MTCIT, I think it is the best practice that we have it right now. So we can work on it to prevent this kind of cyber attacks or cyber crimes. Plus with that, I think one of the essential things that we have to be aligned with it, first of all, we have some types of good governance, by the way, to govern, for example, between a good alignment between when we are speaking with management to provide the good solution for us, especially for the data center, to prevent any types of attacks. Plus with that, if we are going to speak about the critical point, I think most of people now, they have to be aware about the critical. Most of us, they knows about how backup is very important for us now. So the backups now, we have too many solutions. We can make it in-house, we can make it out-house. Like now we can see a good opportunity is coming also from cloud solutions that give because that we have too many local partners that they can provide also a good service. Plus with that, finally, I can conclude this point with the final solution. I think assessment, it should be running assessment between time to times and segregate the network that, for example, not much related to our workings from to be integrated with the main solutions that we have in our organization.
Thank you, Mr. Hilal.
Shaikha,
yeah.
One point to add on his point, it's a cultural behavior as well. Now we see all of these trends, and as you mentioned about the cloud and the strategies which are being introduced here, now especially in the banking sector, we have open banking, we have AI, and we have as well digital payments. Those are heavily invested infrastructures that requires resilience and compliance hand in hand to enable the sector on working. And this goes along with all the various sectors. We have as well on OT sectors for oil and gas, and you name them. So that mindset, if we have it adapted easily, and it can enable us for more innovative points and ideas.
Thank you for your insight. I think you mentioned something about we have a strong governance and policies and everything, but we also have this challenge of understanding is not aligned with how we apply and implement this into action and with our tools and everything. Having all of these tools and programs as well, especially with now we have the AI and all of that, this actually brings us to the next question to Mr. Yahya regarding the incident response and risk management, and especially with these emerging risks with the AI-driven attacks and deep fakes. So how is Oman adapting its national incident response and preparedness frameworks to address these evolving threats?
Good morning. It's a pleasure being part of this critical and important discussion. Indeed, we face two types of cybersecurity threats: conventional threats and unconventional threats. And I think we are fine with conventional threats, but we are not with the unconventional threats. AI-driven attacks, quantum computing threats, deepfake are part of the unconventional threats. Now, attackers can use AI to automate malicious codes. Such malicious codes will become more sophisticated, hard to detect, and more disruptive. Such malicious codes can be metamorphic and polymorphic. What does this mean? If a malicious code or any kind of attack become a polymorphic, it means that it has many shapes. So if we have an incident response system, it can detect one shape of that attack, but it might not detect all the shapes of that malware. And even if we say we have a good threat model and the incident response solution can attack all shapes of that malicious code, it's again metamorphic. It's transforming. And that is the main challenge with the AI-driven attacks. AI-driven attacks have rapidly changed the whole landscape of cybersecurity readiness. We need to be ready. We need to use AI as well to be ready to confront unconventional attacks, and especially the AI-driven attacks. I mean, here in Oman, we have a strategy to confront cybersecurity threats. Engineer Badr has mentioned this very clear, and we have a collaboration between different sectors. So one of the most important things is we need to first define an AI threat model, a threat model, but we need to include AI risks as well. We need to have a cross-domain collaboration, and I think we do have this. Yeah. We are very strong in this. And also, we need to have cross-borders collaboration, and also we have this already. And I mean, it has been mentioned very clearly in the morning. So we need also to enhance, I mean, our detection models by next generation technologies. For instance, next generation SIM solutions, next generation intrusion detection systems, and IPSs as well. We need to enhance our insiders awareness. We recently have heard about one of the attacks that happened from inside one of the employees. So we need to be very strong from inside as well.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Yahya. I think you're right. Sometimes we need to, with the insiders and everything, we also need to build the culture, the cybersecurity culture, which will go in the second round, actually, in depth to discuss with that. And talking about technologies and how we can use it and take advantage of how strong they are into our advantage to prevent and detect is a really good move as well. So moving to Mr. Mohammed, with the emerging technologies like AI, cloud, and automation, they reshape our approach to cybersecurity. So how do you see the role of these emerging technologies in strengthening Oman's cyber resilience efforts?
Okay, regarding this cyber resiliency, we need to understand one thing, which is like the vision of 2040 is about digitalization things. And the first step which helps us to move on to the digitalization part is the cloud. And we have seen like cloud is offering a lot of services with respect to AI automations and other services related with the data protection as well. The second thing which is more important, the cyber resiliency, it's been protected by cyber resiliency. But if you just go one step back with these services, you will find, okay, it has a really good framework of cyber security which they are adopting it, or which they have adopted, okay, which helps these services to strengthen the cyber resiliency of that. So the cloud is the first step, obviously, for this transformation, and obviously the rising technologies is AI over there, which support a lot of them, and And beside that, automation is something which is helping them out in automating things, a lot of them. Yeah, it has its own challenges as well. We know that there are challenges. We can see that clearly. And we are handling them up as well. There's a clear path for that. There are best practices for that. There are frameworks for that to adopt those technologies easily. And recently in past, we have seen some really good initiatives done in Oman. Moin is one of the good AI part. ODP is there as well. And the thing which is really impressed me is that AI Studio, which has been offered by the MTCIT along with the services and its team. So the journey is there. You can start your journey, but it's not an easy journey. It has its own challenges, and there are pitfalls as well. So we need to look in these areas as well. And obviously, like when you start with something, you think something, and then you reach out to that point, and you try to make it the way you dreamed it. Okay, this is where the real challenges start coming out. And I feel like people in Oman and the vision is clearly which helps us out. There are some guidelines from the MTCIT in digitalization as well. There are some really good stuff available on CDC website as well. So you can get all those information from there as well. And that builds up your baselines, because if you have a really good baseline, you have a really good infrastructure or a really good digitalization, ongoing technologies that you can adopt easily. So this is what I think about this. And if anyone would like to add over here something on this, I really appreciate that.
Thank you so much. You're right. There's like a lot of also policies and frameworks as well. So it's a challenge to implement that, but putting the right policies and frameworks and all of that to use these tools can become actually they will become a key enabler for a safer digital ecosystem as well, and to have a better use for them. So as we wrap up the first round, we highlighted the challenges that the different sectors face and talked about how Oman is going from vision and in line with Vision 2040, from strategies to execution. As we moved into round 2 of our questions, we will shift from talking about the challenges to practical solutions, how capacity building and public-private partnerships that we mentioned before, and raising societal awareness, as well as strategic use of technology, governance, and talent can all work together to strengthen Oman's cyber resilience ecosystem. So, of course, one of the things we always highlight are that cyber resilience or everything depends on awareness and behavior and culture and people. So I will go back again to you with the question, what are some effective ways to foster cybersecurity culture across society and to ensure that resilience is not just technical but also behavior in society, like looking at the society in general?
My perspective on this is this is not an individual or group of individuals' responsibility. It's a responsibility of the society as well, okay, to strengthen the cybersecurity in the society as well. The best thing is what I feel is what I always try to say and suggest everyone. We should start from the grassroots level, which is your schools, colleges. You need to start some good programs. We are helping them out to learn computers and all those new technologies, okay? But we need to help them out. There is something cybersecurity, okay? We teach them to build programs, but we never teach them, okay, to build the secure programs, which helps obviously like to groom them up really good. Some public awareness sessions needs to be done, some public awareness events needs to be done on that, okay, which helps them, the society, to help to understand what is cybersecurity. Because when the society adopts something, it follows it. It follows it very strictly. And we need to come up with some kind of efforts bringing all those, because the cybersecurity itself is a raw when you just present it to someone. So you need to present that in a beautiful way that people can adopt that in their culture. Adopting that in their culture is the most important part. So cybersecurity should be part of the culture, not a part of the society. When you have society, you have a culture, you develop a culture. And then that culture is flourish, and you just bring up the good stuff in that culture. So this is what I think, and the best initiative is start from the grassroots level, which is the schooling, colleges, and we should start teaching these things to them. We tell them, okay, because cybersecurity is itself a big domain. Now, previously, like if we just go 20 years back, we think like installing a firewall in our environment is just, we are shielded with everything. But industry realized that it's not only the putting the firewall. There are a lot of things we have to do, and a lot of efforts been done since then in the industry as well as Oman. I have seen a lot of good initiatives done over there, on especially the CDC and this national CERT programs. MTCIT is here as well to support most of the things as well. So this is from my perspective on that.
Thank you. You're right. I think embedding this cybersecurity in schools, starting from a younger age, is very crucial and important, because it can come second-hand in nature, like you said, and having that lined with the culture is like, I think this generation actually is very smart with using technology, probably faster than us in coping up with all of the changes. So embedding that into schools and like in the educational system with a younger age, that will help guide them as well to ethical uses and better uses of this technology. And I think you might want to add something.
Actually, I think, as you mentioned, Shaikha, according to, that our generation now, the younger generation, they know too many things, and we can call them as informed users. But the good things, as from regulator itself, it should be classified, the people's generation as well. So who should be targeting when we are going to make awareness for them? Plus with them, we can see now with the new generation as well, they are integrated also with the social media and so on. And we know that how social media is harming our privacy as well now. And that kind of weaknesses is open the chance for even for the hackers now to attack us. So from this consequences behind these consequences, we have to also not to deny these people from using this kind of technology. We have to use this technology as a channel to achieve that awareness for them. So I think this is one of the points we have to focus on it, and the regulation should focus on it as well.
Very true. We're kind of short in time, but actually the next question is for you, Mr. Yahya. If we expand that scope from society, actually narrow it from society to organization, if we come and talk about having stronger first line of defense within the organization, Yahya, sorry. In your opinion, what are the key priorities for strengthening I think I missed the question. So, how can government entities embed security by design principles within their digital transformation and infrastructure modernization initiatives? If you can maybe in like 1 minute shorten that answer to Hilal. Yeah, for you, sorry.
So I think if I hear the question very well, you are asking me about design as a principle, So first of all, as we know that one of the initiatives from Oman 2040, we have to focus about governance, IT governance, and a good practice from IT governance. Right now, I think we have a good partnership even with the private sectors. For example, if we are following the framework, for example, from COVID or something else, now I think it's very critical for us. It is not to keep as a management part for information security departments. We have to keep them also as a partnership with us to take decisions. Build, for example, if we are going to choose which tier we are going to use, especially if we are speaking about data center. So, plus with that, as my colleagues mentioned about the awareness and so on, I think these people should be also included in the kind of decisions. It should be part of our, who build the good governance, especially for the data center, cloud solution, or another solution that the entity is going to be used in the futures. So, otherwise, now we can see some new trends coming there, for example, about generative AIs and other practices coming there also. So all these things has been to evaluate very well. So the evaluation, I think, will give a good feasibility analysis for the people who's taken the decisions, especially for the top management, to take a good decision and a good regulation and a policy for the organization to build it very well as well. So I think this is one of the things that is very important to be an information system department should be the main partnership, especially when they are building information security strategy or when they are going to bring any new emerging technology for the organization.
Thank you. Actually, I will go back to Mr. Yahya for this question as well. In your opinion, what are the key priorities for strengthening cyber awareness and professional capabilities across both public and private sectors?
Part of my master degrees research, I have noticed that academia and industry agree on 5 dimensions of cybersecurity resilience. And in each dimension, there is a gap, of course. We can always close the gap of technology, close the gap of regulations. But the most challenging dimension is the workforce. In the workforce, there is a huge gap. First of all, it starts from the education and ending with the employment, continuous training, and finally, the employee that we have invested in leaves us. And this is a global challenge, and not only in Oman, it's everywhere, it's international. So what we need to do, we need to enhance our education system, first of all. We need to start very early. 7 years ago, we had a problem in Oman, but now I think we don't have this problem anymore. Cybersecurity as an education is in earlier stages. Organizations now takes care of cybersecurity employees. They are given the right awareness, and they are also, organizations try to develop a model to evaluate their workforce. And this is very important because as an organization, if I understand the gap, then I can close it. Otherwise, I won't be able, even if I have continuous learning. So, workforce building capacity is very important. And also we need to develop insiders. And after that, we need to think about public awareness. A few days ago, I got a call from one of my friends stating that 8,000 Omani Riyal has been deducted from his account. And he has done this. But how this happened? It happened using one of the, familiar attacks, which is social engineering.
Yeah.
He got a call from somebody, looks like a normal person, but he is an attacker. He is an expert, and a huge team is behind him. So my friend got convinced to transfer this amount of money using a case happened in Oman, like a failure of an investment. So it happened, and we have many, many cases of this. And the main problem is the awareness. If we are strong from, inside in the public, then we will be much better in the future.
Thank you. Since you mentioned money in this, I would actually go to our next question to Mr. Ahmed. You know, cyber threats don't really respect the boundaries of any organizations, and especially with the finance sector, and it can affect other sectors as well. So I think collaboration here is crucial. As financial data, what role do you see for cross-sector collaboration between finance, telecom, and government entities in mitigating such threats and enhancing response coordination? If we can have it in 1 minute, because we're short of time. Sorry.
Sure. See, when we speak about threats, especially in these sectors, you cannot speculate a storm which is coming and crossing your city boundaries. And if that does, you cannot predict what will happen. So that's why collaboration is essential here. We have sent, as the engineer Badr mentioned on the panels that is here, about Cyber Defense Center, collaboration with the government, telecoms, and other sectorial areas. We have Central Bank, and we have FSA, Financial Services Authority, as well other authorities like the TRA. All of them, they are governing these sectors and mandating them in sharing those impacts, those threats, those intel feeds together. CDC, of course, they are collecting this information and trying to distribute it within their capacity as well. Just all the authorities and all of the sectors have that obligation that they have to share and to work together. Because if you work in silo, you won't be able to achieve it alone. Therefore, Oman cybersecurity vision is working in collaboration together, sharing information to how to detect, to analyze, and to respond to these threats. And especially in the financial sector, we see the trend now that even in governments and around the globe, ransomwares, lots of attacks, lots of breaches are happening on various levels and impacting financially. Lots of companies or institutions now, they're not withholding for like paying the ransom. So if that knowledge was not shared on how to analyze, on how to protect, it is tough.
Very true. It's very crucial with the local, like a cross-sector collaboration for a faster response and reduce these impacts and have a better mitigation for later. Expanding from local collaboration to global-wise and international. Ms. Mazoon, this is our last question for the panel. What role do international best practices and standards play in shaping Oman's broader cyber governance approach?
Shaikha, I think here everybody is aware about the international best practice that most of us is following now, like NIST, ISO, and CIS benchmark. This actually played an essential role in shaping Oman's cybersecurity borders. It provides a structured foundation for developing national policies and defining the governance models, and also establishing unified standards for risk management, incident response, and compliance. This framework also helped benchmark Oman's cybersecurity maturity against global standards, promote better coordination among sectors and among government and private sectors. It also ensures that these practices remain adaptive to follow the emerging threats and technology. By aligning this standard with the Oman Vision 2040 and the national priorities, Oman has effectively localized global standards and principles to strengthen its cyber resilience, enhance collaboration among sectors, and also innovation-driven culture of cybersecurity.
Thank you. Very true. The cross-sector, local-wise or global-wise collaboration and learning, like seeing the best practices and lessons learned, can help counter sophisticated threats and having a better response to any incident and potential threats. To wrap up our panel discussion today, I'd like to conclude that we all agree to emphasize that building a cyber-resilient ecosystem is a shared responsibility, and it's not just technology. Shared responsibility, whether we apply the right policies and to awareness and collaboration. And Oman's journey under Vision 2040 shows that with the strategic frameworks and collaboration and innovation, we can strengthen national cybersecurity, protect critical infrastructure, and foster trust in a rapidly digitalizing world. Thank you all once again for coming. Thank you to our panelists for sharing your valuable insights. Thank you.